Hey everybody, and welcome to a Teacher's Wonderland YouTube channel. I'm Ronnie. This is Quinn. She might pop in and out. You never know. Make sure she's saying hi. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for us, and make sure that you are turning on that bell to be notified anytime that we post a video. So today we're going to be talking about biomes and talking about different activities that can go with biomes. And that's always hard to do because honestly, we have so many biomes to teach, right? Think about it. We have, for us at least, we always had probably like 6 to 8 that we had to teach. And then down here in Florida, we actually, where I am in South Florida here, we actually have like 3 or 4 of the biomes actually here. And so it's really hard to go through and actually teach these biomes. But the main part is that we're teaching the core biomes, and we're going to have some activities that can go with it. And now where she's going, I don't know. So I have my camera here and I have my computer here because I'm going to do some drag and drop stuff for you guys today so you guys can see. So one of the first things that I love to do, this is actually like one of my favorite resources, and my kids loved it. We would go through and learn about the different biomes that are around the world. And of course, you have to have your aquatic biome, and this is just one that I'm showing you because I think it's just amazing. And I always make sure that my kids learn about the biomes beforehand, and then we'll do like some questions with it, so that way we can really make sure that the biomes are understood more than anything, right? Hey, thank you. What are you doing? Sorry, guys. So I go through and I will actually have a passage, depending on the year and how good my students are, I am actually able to have them teach us in a jigsaw way. So that's one of my favorite activities to actually do, is say, okay, here is the aquatic biomes. Here are the students that go with it. And then we'll talk about the aquatic biomes, and they will actually teach the class. And I'm going to show you guys another activity I love to do with that. So they all will get this passage. Sometimes, because the kids have to read and do passages for homework, sometimes I'll just give this for homework. And then just say, let's do one. Tonight's aquatic, tomorrow will be taiga, then day after that will be the tundra, then the savannah, right? Hey, settle. So we'll go through and actually try to hit all of those different versions. And then that's where these passages come into places. I'm actually able to use them. I always have different questions that go with them because I feel like it is important that they are understanding what they're reading, as well as, working through the actual topic. Another activity I love to do, and if you've seen any of my other videos, you guys have probably seen this. I got to make this smaller. Hang on. There we go. These are called choice boards. And choice boards are fantastic because you're hitting, hey, stop. You're hitting all of your types of learners. You're not just hitting like that one visual learner or that one auditory learner. You're hitting the guys that are going to be, the ones that like to be outside. You're hitting the ones that are going, I'm saying hitting, like you're targeting. Is that the right word, targeting? You're making sure that you are going after the visual, the auditory, anything and everything under the sun. The musically inclined students. It's fantastic. And that's the part that we are focusing on here. So when you have your choice boards here, you have 9. That's just what I've ended up creating. Now, of course, there could be more, but I just created it like this. So, like I've seen people do like as a bingo board. So it's like 5 across, 5 down, right? B-I-N-G-O. Yeah, 5 across, 5 down. I don't love that because that's so many options, and then that's too much. So if you have students that like to draw and are more artistically inclined, they can draw it out. They can choose that biome and draw out the biome. Kids that like to write, they can go and create a picture book. You can have friends that can send you text messages. Especially when I have like the older 5th graders, they love to act like they're actually texting a friend. It's pretty funny. You can have them create an anchor chart, have them, the technology inclined kids, they can create a quiz on Book It, don't know if you can actually create a quiz on there. Quizzes, Kahoot, all of that stuff. You're musically inclined can do a song or a rap about it. They get to be a teacher. I mean, that's one I would choose because I like being the teacher. Create a flow map or even have a word search. And some of the examples that I have are, I'll show you. So like, here's what I would use if I were doing a draw it out example for my students. Hey. If I was doing a picture book, I could do something like this and make it super simple for them and have the template already done. And if they want to go big, go for it. And there we go. And here's the text me version. So I kind of made it like it's an actual like thing. And it says, hey, tell me about the polar biome. I want to know all about the atmosphere. It's kind of cute. So I like to personally include these in here just because I think it's important that the kids are able to feel, where are you going? I feel that it's important that students feel heard and that we recognize things that they enjoy. Even if it's something that you can just quickly purchase, they still feel like they can be heard. Another thing that I love to do with our biomes activities, excuse me, is going to be a project cube. Have you heard of these yet? Okay, so if you haven't used a cube project before, I don't know if I should feel hurt. Just kidding. Okay, so cube projects are super fun. I actually use them for like the big topics in my classroom. I created them kind of on a whim. I literally, this is how they were created in case you want to know the background. I was in my classroom and I needed to teach about the 3 branches of the government before my students went to Washington, D.C. for like their big 5-day like field trip. And I was super like upset because there was really no projects. Hey. There were no projects that they could read about the 3 branches of government and then create something. Like a physical something. The physical something ended up being these cubes. So one afternoon I sat down and I said, okay, how can I make a cube? I think we must have been like doing like geometry because like shapes were in my head. And I ended up making 6 pages, 2 for legislative, 2 for judicial, and 2 for the executive. Is that right? I'm like blanking now, of course. I was like, oh yeah, I know them all. Anyways, so I made this cube and each side there were 2 pages for each, and the students went and read passages and then answered the questions based on the passages. And they kind of like built like this whole thing around the 3 different types of branches. And then they folded down the sides. We didn't cut out a ton. We left some space on the side, and then we were able to glue them together, and we made a cube. And then the kids were able to present it to their table mates or their classmates or whatever. It was amazing. So, of course, my kids then were like, please give us more. And that's where the cube projects came from. And, oh, here's a great picture for you guys. So you can see kind of here how I left it on the side. Now, you can 100%, hey. You can 100% do this in your classroom. You could draw or even use PowerPoint, make a square, and then just add some few lines and then tell them, hey, listen, here are 6 pages. I need your plants. I need to know about the atmosphere. Or you could break it down by tell me about the aquatic on this page. Tell me about the tundra on this page. Tell me about each of them on each of the pages. It works. It's simple and it works. It's effective. Another picture I have for you is just like the top. So this is how we did it when we did it based off of the one specific biome. So instead of saying like, tell me about the plants and all of them, we actually have the biome here. Here's the landscape. Here's the facts. Here's the climate. Then we have an earth here to show where is it located. Tell me about the animals that are found there and the plants. Now here's a really cool thing. Remember when we talked about this passage here? Okay, so just throwing this out there so this can like percolate in your brain, right? What if you gave them this passage and then while the students are, sorry, I'm trying to like show you at the same time. There we go. Whee! What if while the students are working on the passage and they're coming up with a presentation about it. They're teaching this, and then they go and put it like on a Google Slides or a PowerPoint, and then the students that are listening to that particular biome gets to write it down and write it on their own project. Think about that. Now you're not just getting your science skills, now you're getting writing skills, and you're getting speaking and listening skills. It's like a win-win here. For me, it is. And then guess what? You're not teaching about the biomes, and it's somebody else's voice up there. I mean, not that I'm like, cynical or anything like that. So those are some really awesome ways, and I'm going to grab the book covers of some other books that you guys might like. So hold on one second. Okay, so I have 3 books here that are awesome for the biomes. I would definitely say that this one right here, like Counting Earth's Biomes, it's by Time for Kids, and if you've used their magazine, you know that their quality is like perfect. I really love Time for Kids, so I always, a lot of times if I see them, I really do get them. This book here had just kind of a different selection and different information about the biomes on a really deep level, so that was really fun. This one here, they have these. They were definitely more for the K to second teacher. And what they have in here was different. They had like multiple books, like what do you have in the tundra? What's in the polar? So keep that in mind, but it was really very basic. I wouldn't recommend this for 3rd through 5th grade. And the last was just this with an ecosystem and how one creature can have an impact on the ecosystem. I love reading about this. I love reading about this one because I think it just kind of opens their eyes. They're also, what if there were no gray wolves? And that's like, it's all about that. So it's pretty cool. I like this book, and we also use this one, in different points throughout the year. So hopefully these helped you with some biome activities.